This show is brought to you by Legend Comics and Coffee in Omaha, Nebraska, and listeners like you. I cannot believe you even still support us, but we're back, and thank you. Become a patron now and get early access to our back issue shows and, of course, our extras. We don't have a show without you.
Once, they were two best friends managing a comic book store. But when an innocent blood oath went wrong, the two found themselves trapped in the same body, imprisoned in a strange pyramid made of long boxes, buried deep below their hometown, where they are doomed to discuss comic books until the end of time. They were once Joe and Matt. Now they are known as the Two-Headed Nerd. And this is their podcast.
Broadcasting from the Ziggurat in Omaha in caverns deep below the metro area, it is our pleasure to welcome you back to episode 812 of the Two-Headed Nerd comic book podcast. I am your head number one. My name is Matt Baum, and the rumors of our demise, as you can tell, have been greatly exaggerated.
And I'm the internet's Joe Patrick, your head number two. And despite those rumors, I cannot believe how close we came to this episode not happening today.
I literally...
But we're not going to talk about that.
I moved heaven and earth to make this possible.
I mean, goddamn.
And I'll tell you what, up your butt, Quantum Fiber and AT&T.
The new comic show is back, and now it is coming at you weekly. We're going to talk about all of the schedule changes later. Just know that each week, Matt and I will hit you with 4 deep dive reviews and several shorter ones during our Ludicrous Speed Round. And after that, we will set you up with our must-read new comic picks for next week and why we picked them.
In this episode, Jason Aaron takes us back to Bug World. We meet Major Medusa in G.I. Joe 25. Sean Murphy takes us for a ride on the grid in The Last Driver. And Juan Doe's Lazarus Order leaves us with a bad case of something. Plus, like Joe said, even more Ludicrous Speed reviews. It's all happening in the return of the now weekly new comics review show. And it starts with Review Time in the Ziggurat! Fired up. We're probably too fired up.
Before the president threatens to bomb the shit out of us, let's explain how our rating system works. Each comic we review is rated using our 3-point scale. Buy it, skim it, or leave it. All ratings are subjective. They are never a personal indictment of the creators. And they are subject to change if we hear warplanes overhead.
Sure.
So, you know.
See, I mean, he chickens out a lot, but every once in a while.
Yeah. Macho! Watch the radar and fetch our review comics.
Right away, Sir Joe. For those just joining us, I am Macho, the THN Synthezoid assistant. It would be nice if my masters mentioned this in the show intro, but it's been a while since they've done a show, so please forgive them. Here are your review comics for the week of Wednesday, the 19th of August.
We begin this week with The Last Driver, number 1 of 5 from Image Comics. It's written by Sean Gordon Murphy. And folks, he did all the work here. Main cover, the art. The only thing he didn't do is the colors by Matt Hollingsworth and letters by DC Hopkins. 32
He did
pages.
most of the work.
I mean, come on. 32 pages for $3.99. Here's your solicit. In a digitized future where human driving has been outlawed in favor of fully automated robotic transit network known as the grid, traditional vehicles are extinct to the general public. An aging rebel driver, nicknamed Clutch, is forced out of retirement to strap back in behind the steering wheel. What begins as a desperate mission to rescue his granddaughter rapidly spirals into an all-out mechanized insurrection against systemic government control and technological fascism. There's a lot of that going on these days, and I guess this one is sort of like Elon's wet dream, right?
Yeah, sure. It's like a cautionary tale.
Yeah, right? Sean Murphy. Let's just talk about Sean Murphy for a second.
Yeah.
The dude is an intensely amazing artist, and no one is going to debate that. And the art here,
that is
fucking incredible. The panels
Factually correct.
are
Yes.
absolutely beautiful. Joe, you and I were talking about it, and you were like, "Is this book sideways?"
Let me ask: is it sideways?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they're all just like double page spreads. I don't think the book is actually sideways.
Yeah, but one of them was 2 wide spreads.
That is true. So
left to right.
the good people of Image.
So it was like 4 pages.
The good people of Image gave us a preview edition, and it's not clear. And I have not been.
It might alarm you. It might surprise you to hear that review PDFs don't really let you know what kind of formatting you're dealing with.
That said, the format is really cool. Like, he's doing something very original.
It's widescreen, as they used to say.
Very widescreen. His art is amazing. You can tell this guy is a muscle car nerd. Loves him some muscle cars. And, loves drawing tough guys driving them. This is very Fast and Furious. Our main character is Clutch. He's like an ex-stuntman. Total badass.
It's the Fall Guy. It's Drive. It's all sorts of things mixed into one.
It's all there. Yeah. And it looks absolutely great. The story. This is the other part of Sean Murphy. Sean Murphy is doing his best to become, the one-man machine that does it all.
And to his credit, he's been doing it for years.
He's been doing it, and he does it well, and there's people that really like his stuff.
Well, he does it.
I will say I have not been the biggest fan of some of it. Punk Rock Jesus, I really liked. His Batman White Knight completely lost me. Just completely.
Batman White Knight, I don't dig.
Again, beautiful book to look at. Stunning. This book does not have the problems of Batman White Knight, and which were more sort of like character, like you're writing Batman weird kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This is his sandbox. He gets to play with Clutch and Trans Am and Clutch's granddaughter Cuda. As you can tell, the names all kind of sound like Transformers. In fact, we'll talk about another Transformer named Clutch later on in this very show.
Now, Clutch is a member of G.I. Joe, not a Transformer.
But he is a Transformer.
No, you're thinking of Hound. Hound is a Transformer. Clutch is the man.
Sorry, Clutch is the man. Hound is the Transformer. My bad.
Yes, but I get what you mean, though.
Yeah,
it's similar though. It would be like naming your kid Wheeljack.
Right. The names are just kind of the tip of the iceberg for me here. It's like the story just it's doing a thing.
It's so full of tropes,
but it's just writing that plot as hard as it can. It's
so full of tropes.
Every trope is here, all of them, and it does a thing where it's like this is a future city, right? And we can tell the driver Clutch. He's an older guy and maybe a child of the 80s because he really likes like 80s music. There's like a Road Blasters arcade game in his secret hideout or whatever. But he's the very last driver. And his granddaughter is like, I've never seen a real car. What's a seatbelt?
Yeah, right.
And this future, unless it's like a Batman future state thing where like something happened and the future just came really fast. How old is this Clutch guy? Because this is not this is beyond Blade Runner future, right? There's full on robot cops and stuff running around.
There are robot cops.
Yeah, and nobody drives. Everyone.
I don't think I didn't get the impression that it was so far advanced that there weren't some older people that remembered the olden days.
No, they remember him.
There were people alive in the 80s that remembered a time before cars were invented.
Sure. And they know who he is, for example. Like, there's people like, he was the macho maniac or whatever they called him. Like, apparently he's Native American because he had like Native American.
Yeah, that was not at all clear.
Yeah. And they're like, aside from his problematic nicknames, he was also a violent driver, which I thought was kind of funny.
Well, and it's like, he's got that, classic Native American name, Clutch.
Yeah. Look, there's just, it's a little too tropey for me. The story jumped around a little bit as well in the art. Like things would happen. And then this next gigantic sideways page or whatever I'm looking at, widescreen page, I was kind of like, wait a minute, did I miss a page? Oh, no, midway through, I realized the story is carrying over to this, but I did get a little lost a couple times.
Yeah.
This is not bad. This is by no means bad. It's not a failure.
It's cheesy in a way because of the tropiness, right?
Yes.
Like the robot cops are called E-cops,
Right.
lowercase e, and I
Right.
just groaned when I read that.
Yeah, and it's a skim it. The best I can give this is a skim it, and it's just
a beautiful skim it.
you can tell a story like this. You can definitely tell that, like the intro, I really liked the setup. I was like, hell yeah!
Sure.
It's like this very cheeseball '80s sci-fi where one man gets on a motorcycle and goes
Sure.
back in time or something. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. But it just, I don't know, the charm kind of fell off for me by the end. I'm giving it a skim it.
And also, there were constant references to things that Clutch did in the past, and I kept wondering, well, why aren't we just telling that story? Tell me the story of Clutch.
Okay, I'll give you that. Like, it didn't quite earn Clutch's badass
Right.
reputation.
It's just like, we know what you did, Clutch. You remember what happened back in Tallahassee or
but I
whatever.
think that's a mystery that they're building towards as well. Like
Sure.
the terrible thing that happened. Like Ryan North just did the whole thing with, or not Ryan North, sorry, Spider-Man. No, Ryan North did the whole thing with the Fantastic Four, where they're like, nobody knows, everyone's mad at the Fantastic Four. And 4 issues later, we found out they moved a neighborhood like in time.
Oh, they disappeared the whole building for a year.
Right.
Yeah. And the one last thing that kind of made me chuckle is the granddaughter needs a heart transplant.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's no way you're going to get a transplant with your record, Clutch. Ha ha ha. And then the sleazy dude that hires him is like, yo, Clutch, I got a heart. Like, it's that easy.
Well, I mean, maybe there's the future.
There's nothing about like blood types, and if it's a match, it's just like, yo, you want a heart? I can get you a heart.
I'll allow that. But also we're like, but you got to drive all the way across town.
Sure.
Get it,
right.
bro. Okay.
It's very like Cannonball Run. Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
I mean, look, it's gorgeous. It's a skim it.
Gorgeous.
It's very silly.
Sean Murphy, you are an amazing artist.
If you've got a hankering for more comic books about a guy named Clutch, check out G.I. Joe 25 from Image Comics and Skybound. It's written by Joshua Williamson with a cover by Tom Riley. Art is by Riley and Andrea Milana. Colors by Lee Loffridge. Letters by Russ Wooten. It's 32 pages for $3.99. Here is your solicit. It had to happen. G.I. Joe versus Night Force. Everything has been leading to this extra-sized landmark issue as Joe battles Joe, friends become enemies, and the chart-topping team of Joshua Williamson and Tom Riley eat a bag of dicks, Andrea Milana. Kick off the biggest G.I. Joe story in Energon universe history. Look, that dude deserved a mention because he has been carrying this book.
It's true.
When Riley's not drawing it.
It's true.
So, Night Force. I've been waiting for this for 2 years. Night Force is like the Black Ops team, right? G.I. Joe is the public face. They do missions in the light of day.
Right.
Night Force is the team that you send out to do the things that no one else can or wants to do. That team is Flint, Lady J, Beachhead, Roadblock, and a new sniper character named Shooter, who's pretty great.
Yeah, Shooter rules.
Yeah. And so we get an intro, kind of a recap of Night Force's journey so far, and it's fun. Then there is a recap of the Joe's journey, including the brutal cliffhanger from last issue. Spoiler alert. General Hawk has been replaced by Zartan. Baroness walked in on him as he was murdering a defenseless prisoner. That stupid clown, Crystal Ball.
Slit his throat.
Slit his throat.
Yeah.
And, here we are. Now Hawk has sent Night Force to assassinate the Baroness. And from there, we are off to the fucking races.
I like it. And I'm down. I love Zartan. By all means, give me Zartan. Hell yeah. And
sure, yeah, no.
Disguise.
And he's been, he replaced Hawk a long time ago.
Right. But the second Hawk walks out and goes, all right, your mission, murder that bitch. Wouldn't they have been like, and some of them were, but the others were like, hell yeah.
Well, Night Force was like, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because they follow orders and they do the dirty work.
But they also don't trust the Baroness, and they shouldn't. She's bad.
And also he had doctored footage of her in the interrogation room, blah, blah, blah.
I do love that we're 25 issues deep and the Baroness is still a Joe. I love
Yeah,
it.
she's doing her best, right?
I love it.
And what I loved about this issue the most is that the Joe team, they got the same mandate from Hawk. They saw the same evidence from Hawk, and Duke was like, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
And they went to rescue the Baroness, which was so awesome.
Yeah, it's like half the team knows better, I suppose. So half the team is me. But they have not, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not fully caught up. They haven't totally met Zartan yet, right? They're not aware that Zartan's a thing?
I don't recall, but I don't think so.
Like the reader knows.
I think the reader has seen Zartan.
Yeah, we have. We know what he does.
But I don't believe that people really I don't believe that the Joes know Zartan's whole deal.
Right, like the level of master of disguise he is and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. And of course he's got crazy, camouflage tech powered by Energon because it's the Energon universe.
Cobra La shit going on. Hell yeah.
Yo, fuck yeah, there's Cobra La shit. There is an incredible double page splash that is sideways. That is the Baroness breaking out of the pit from the bottom up as she climbs out to the surface.
It's very cool.
It's so great. Quick scene where we see what Cobra Commander is doing with Crystal Ball's Nightmare tech, which was kind of the whole thrust of the last arc. And Destro is not on board. We also got some that kind of first flirtatious stuff between Destro and the Baroness in the last arc. So I wonder if we're going to finally see that happen.
I think there's something coming because of the character they introduce here. This Major Medusa. First appearance of Major Medusa, you guys. Huh?
Well, sort of. First full appearance of Major Medusa. We get that classic good guy misunderstanding setup, leading into the big battle. So they're going to fight, and then they're probably going to team up. Art-wise, Andrea Milana and Tom Riley split the issue. Now, I always think of Riley as the quote-unquote main artist on this title. But like I said earlier, Milana has stepped in to do full arcs and fill in issues and has crushed it whenever called upon.
Yeah, no problem with this art switch at all.
No.
Doesn't bother me in the slightest.
Riley's art is more slick, right? But Milana's has this like visceral quality to it. It's brutal. Riley does get credit for that sideways escape sequence, though.
Yeah, super
awesome.
Cool. Yeah, this is great.
Lawfridge colors it all. It is absolutely beautiful. Hands down, G.I. Joe, it's the jewel of the Energon universe. It always puts a smile on my face. This is actually, believe it or not, a fine jumping on point if you haven't checked it out before because you get recaps of everything.
Like I said, I was well behind. I wasn't lost at all. Had no problems here.
If you are curious and you haven't been reading this, jump on it now. This is a huge buy it for me.
G.I. Joe is great, and Transformers has waned a little. It's still great. It has waned a little, but G.I. Joe has issue for issue. Man, god damn it. It's the best Energon thing they're doing. Although, I did catch up on Mask. Mask is a lot of fun. I'm liking it.
Mask is good. It's only 3 issues deep.
It took a few issues, but now I'm like, okay.
And now the fucking Micronauts are here. So
I'm giving this a buy it. My pick of the week this week went to Bug Wars, The Coming of War Doom, #1 from Image Comics, written by Jason Aaron, main cover by Mahmoud Asrar and Matthew Wilson, and the art and colors internally, also Asrar and Wilson, letters by Becca Carey, 32 pages. It was $4.99. Here's your solicit. 6 months after the yard ran red with insect blood, an uneasy peace is shattered as an ancient enemies rise from the woods. Corporate extermination forces close in, and Slade Slaymaker, I love that name, is dragged back into a brutal world where roach knights ride, squirrel armies gather, and survival means choosing your side in a war no human was meant to fight. This is the next arc of Bug Wars. It's going to be an 8-issue series, and I love how we're breaking it up. If you have not read the first Bug Wars, you can jump on here and you'll be fine. But I am telling you right now, go read the first Bug Wars trade paperback. It is out. It's wonderful. This is just a fantastic story. And like I reviewed Bug Wars #1 a while back, but it's very much a man out of place, right? Like a John Carter of Mars type story, but it happens in your backyard. So it's John Carter meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, as I said, my pick of the week. And the stuff that's going on in your backyard is a goddamn nightmare. And the thing that I love about this story, the first one was very much discovering what's going on and meeting the bugs and finding out how violent they are. And I love how sexual the bugs are. And it's not in like a weird pervert way.
You fucking pervert.
But think about it, Joe. Is there anything on the planet that reproduces more than insects? No. If we're going to personalize them, they're crazy, horny monsters. I get it. And they're always screaming and making noise. That's the sound of the bugs fighting in your backyard. We don't get as much as like the full bug slaughter that we had in the first storyline. This is setting up what has happened after that storyline. And Slade's family is messed up in the aftermath. Like his brother is not the badass bug killing dude he once was after what happened to him. No spoilers there. But man, Jason Aaron is sort of like leaning into the other responsibility that Slade has, like his human life, which is not great. His family's messed up. His mom is doing her best. Single parent. Slade is messed up. He's walking around school covered in bugs.
Right. And Sid has PTSD, right?
Big time.
And so
big time.
I liked that aspect of it. The fact that Slade is prioritizing his human life, his family, his loved ones over jumping into adventure in the bug world.
Well, he has to because his mother was like, you have to be around, and he can't tell her the full story. So
it seemed to me that she knew at least part of it.
Not really. No, she doesn't know the half of it. So there's still the mystery of like what happened to Dad going on. But we're also unveiling little bits of like, oh yeah, by the way, the birds are a problem. Oh, and the squirrels are a problem. Oh, and there's bigger things in the woods that are also a problem. And it's the bugs know about it. And they're not telling Slade everything yet.
Yeah, they know there's something about the dad, and they're scared to tell him.
Right. It like this is a like Game of Thrones level huge fantasy world, but right now we're focusing more on like, yeah, he's got to go to school too. And that story is still really good. It's very human. It's kind of funny in parts. I feel bad for Slade because he's just a sweet kid that inherited this amazing power from his father that he knows nothing about.
So there's this exterminator dude that shows up, and he is an agent of a group called Rays. And they're exterminators, but more. There's more to them than that. And that dude looks fucking badass.
Yeah.
He looks like a cross between a Ghostbuster and an AIM scientist, but it's like more hazmat-y. Man, I love that design.
It's great. It's great. And you can also see like something like this, like someone going, all right, you need a more extreme exterminator for your bug problem. And rich people being like,
sure,
oh yeah,
right.
Give me that guy.
And you see like you see or hear at some point in the story, there's like a mention of Rays, or like there's like these drones that are like exterminator drones that people keep seeing. And then there's like a fake ad for the drones, which I thought was really cool.
It's great.
This book is great for back matter and like extra little stuff like that.
Oh, without a doubt. But it's also like a very human story, first and foremost. It's the person, it's the nerd from school who's suddenly the leader of this bug army. And everywhere he goes, there's little roach knights. They're like, sir, or your locker defenses are solid. Someone did defile the front, though, and we think we should cut his fingers off. And he's like, no.
and like every time he gets nervous or something, they're like, the ones that are in his shirt are like, sweat levels rising, red alert.
Yeah, like out of the armpits. No. Yeah, this is a fantastic book. Jason Aaron is killing it. The art by Asrar is excellent. The design of the bugs, the knights, the squirrels, the new Ray's character. I love this book so much. This is a massive buy it. You need to be reading this.
I agree. And I fell off Bug Wars after the first issue or two. And I jumped into this and I really loved it. I'll definitely go back and get caught up. But I wasn't lost. Everything I needed was right here on
it's all right there. And when you start thinking about like the way that the bugs portrayed and stuff, you can tell Aaron went out of his, like he watched a bunch of these like insect, like shows on Animal Planet or whatever. And like, man, they're fucking gross and super mean and really violent. And all they do is fuck, yeah, that's it, man. You know why you can't sleep at night? Because of the screaming spider orgy that's going on in the pots outside. Like, I love that.
Our final main review of the week goes to Lazarus Order number 1 from Mad Cave Studios. It's created by Sloan M. Siegel, Benjamin J. Stockham, and Juan Doe. It's written by Siegel with cover, art, and colors by Doe. Letters are by DC Hopkins. It's 32 pages for $4.99. Here's most of your solicit. It goes on a little long, so I trimmed a little bit. In a medieval world where illness can lead to horrific and monstrous transformations, the Lazarus Order serves as mankind's final bastion against uncontrollable chaos. Devout plague doctors sacrifice their freedom in an oath to God in exchange for supernatural abilities, though their powers come at a devastating cost that slowly consumes them until they fade to nothing. Amidst this servitude, they protect humanity from vampires, werewolves, rattosphere, which is the Ratman disease, the undead, and other variants of quote-unquote the first sickness. Dr. Damien, a meek middle-aged stickler for protocol, is sent to team up with Edward Tallis, an older, opportunistic, charming veteran doctor. They respond to what seems to be a routine call, only to discover an omen that the first sickness has set events in motion to destroy the Lazarus Order once and for all. So this is the comic writing debut of Sloan Siegel, who is an actor. You might or might not have seen him as Dwight in all 5 seasons of the live-action fantasy series Dwight in Shining Armor.
It's a thing. I'm sure people like it, Good for Dwight.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, good for Dwight. I personally have never seen it. Oh, this is fun. He was also the voice of Tim Drake in the video game Gotham Knights, which I played.
Oh, there you go.
Pretty good.
I knew I recognized him. I was like, as I was reading
sure,
this,
right.
I was like, all I could hear was Tim Drake.
So this is one of those rare instances where I wish I had read the solicit before the comic.
Yes.
Because I love the premise, but the execution was really confusing in parts.
Yeah. Like, I would say more than midway through this comic, I was still kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah, right.
Like, what's going on here?
So, magic wielding plague doctors that have, advanced tech, or at least advanced for that time, that fight monsters. Awesome. I'm on board.
Little steampunk for me, but okay.
I mean, yeah, but nobody's got gears on their hats. There's no dirigibles. It's just a little
pretty steampunky,
it's slightly advanced.
Top hats and then the weird bird face.
They're plague doctors.
I get it, but plague doctors.
Siegel throws a lot at you very quickly, and you don't really get a ton of context, which leads to the confusion a bit.
Yeah.
Juan Doe's art, absolutely incredible.
He's great.
It's stylistically amazing. It is a blast to look at.
Juan Doe is fantastic.
It comes at the expense of clear storytelling on more than one occasion. I was looking at it and getting lost in the effects-heavy scenes, and I found myself wondering, what the hell's happening?
I see that
in this panel.
That didn't bother me so much. I think some of it he was going for sort of an over-the-top kind of thing, maybe, and to let you know there's like psychology going on here as well. That's a lot. I agree.
I think that's a very generous reading of the situation.
I agree. It got to be a lot in some panels, but I also think some of it is just like, hey, magic, bro, chill out,
Yeah, sure. All right. I mean, your mileage may vary, right?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that I went into this with no idea what I was getting in for, and I really enjoyed the read. There are some storytelling issues, I'm not going to lie. But I thought the premise was strong, and I'm on board to read more of this. I'm giving it a buy it.
Yeah, I like this. The idea is really good. I love the art. I think the art was fantastic. And yes, we've complained before about a little too much computer, being able to see the computer help that went into it, right?
Yeah.
Breaking the kayfabe, where it no longer feels like art. It feels like art plus this. And there is some of that, but I don't think it's egregious. I think it works here. The story, yeah, it got a little wild. I wasn't totally sure what was happening. Then I read the solicit and I went, okay, got it. Now the question becomes, is that a falling down of the writing? And I think the answer is yes. I think I give you.
I find myself suddenly thinking about our opinions of The Last Driver and how the art carries it a long way, but some of the writing was like,
and I think
going on here,
I have to give this a similar skim it because of that, because there's there's just problems in the storytelling, like you're saying, where even by the end of it, and after reading this list, I went, oh, okay, yeah, that's what we're doing. You got to spell that out. It's first issue, man. You got to spell this out. Let us know what's happening. Say what you will about The Last Driver. We knew what was going on by the end of the issue. We were like, all right.
Sure.
It, you know?
And I think where it comes down for me is that I just really like a good, magic Monster Hunter kind of thing.
I do too.
And that's the beauty of a skim it. You might skim it and decide to buy it.
Sure.
So, yeah.
And maybe 3 issues in, this is fantastic. And it just suffers from, you should have read it in trade paperback, right? That could be. There's a lot of comics that are like that. But they chose to put it out as an issue 1, so I got to go skim it.
It's fair.
That's it for reviews, but these were not the only comics we read today. Please don't tell our bosses. And we're going to talk about even more in this week's Gang Hang, but now, prepare yourself for the Ludicrous Speed Round! Joe Patrick, you're up first. What'd you read?
First up for me is Spider-Man, Hulk, Fire and Brimstone #1. It's from Marvel. It's written by Kevin Smith and Andy McElfresh.
McElfresh, yeah.
With art by R.B. Silva and Federico Blee.
Okay, let me ask real quick before you get into it. Did we know that this was coming? I feel like this dropped out of nowhere.
I'm sure it was announced, but I don't remember reading anything about it.
Okay, because we know that he's writing a Star Wars Avengers thing that's coming out months from now, and this is like, what?
Yeah, for sure. I don't have any recollection of it being announced, but that doesn't mean anything really. Boiling it down to the essentials, this is basically a story about Bruce Banner trying faith as a way to control the Hulk. It's not a bad hook, it's not a bad hook. Religion is definitely a topic in Smith's wheelhouse. It was all over his Daredevil run.
Yes. Has it been for Bruce Banner in the past?
I'm saying,
I would say no.
So this is obviously like a continuity adjacent book where it's like, it's the Green Hulk. There's nothing infernal about him. Bruce Banner's still it's very evergreen, right?
Sure.
And so for this version of Bruce Banner to go, well, I've tried everything else, I might as well try this. Fine. But I'm telling you, man, this issue is such an incessant pun factory that any attempts to treat anything seriously at all fall flat. I almost want to recommend it.
Well, come on, man.
Just so that you can read how absolutely god-awful the opening
When you
scene.
think about the Incredible Hulk, all you think about is fun puns, right? Come on. It's the Hulk. What's your rating? What's your rating? It's Ludicrous Speed Round.
Like the man bull going, move over, because he's a bull.
Okay, stop. Just stop.
Not a cow.
I'm done here. What's your rating?
Right. This is a skim it barely, just because the hook really interested me. R.B. Silva's art is great, and also the digital effects that we talked about are a little less obtrusive in this.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I read Avengers Armageddon #3 from Marvel. It's Chip Zdarsky with art by Ario Anindito. And sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Doing my best here, Ario. Armageddon has been fun. It's been a good time. Zdarsky.
Sudden artistic change, though.
Sudden artistic change, and I'll take it because the art's still good. It's still very good. I don't know why.
There was one scene that I thought was real rough.
I know what scene you're talking about, and I don't disagree. But the majority of this book looks perfectly good. The story is still great. Turns out this is all Wolverine's fault. It's about time everybody finds out.
Sure.
We're dealing with the Maker's boxes that fall out of the power. I really like this Captain America character, this ex-Captain America character that's sort of a Superman now. What we're doing with it. This is a fun book. Zdarsky killing it. He's proving he should have the Avengers job. I'm giving this a buy it so far. Armageddon, good times.
I am a little bit worried about this new street level outlaw Avengers thing, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. I also read Superman Unlimited 16 from DC. It's written by Dan Slott with art by, I think, Dan McDade.
What do you mean?
More on that in a second. And Rachel Stott, definitely for sure. So the reason why I think it's Dan McDade is because the opening scene is like a flashback to Zod's recent history that looks just like McDade did that Kneel Before Zod ongoing.
Yeah. Him and Remender.
And I think he came back to do that scene, but there is no credits page in this comic book.
Oh,
None.
that's stupid.
There's no
DC?
credits page. I don't know who lettered it. I only know who colored it. I also don't know, they don't mention Dan McDade at all anywhere online. That's just my gut saying it's McDade.
Okay.
Moving on from that, this event has been hella weird so far. The tone does not match the stakes of the story. The first chapter was in Sophie Campbell's Supergirl, and it was all like, shark girl in a frilly dress.
It was
and
bad.
Let's have fun posing as Daily Planet
It was
staff.
bad.
Yeah. And even the Mark Waid written one in part 2 in action was like, it's fine. This is the best chapter so far. Rachel Stott does the present day art. Her style, again, it doesn't really match the plot, but she does do a great job. I said this before in my reviews during our hiatus, but I cannot believe they are stretching this shit out to 9 chapters. After part 2, I was like, there's 2 more parts max.
Not to mention that, like, Superman, all the Superman books have been, like, this summer of Superboy has been fantastic. It's all been really good. And then we hit a brick wall with this shit.
This is like it's like not knowing that the road is suddenly going to turn into gravel when you're cruising at high speeds.
Yeah, this was a miss. I don't know if they're marking time.
It's fine. It's a skim it, but I'm already ready for it to start wrapping up.
This seems like they're marking time while they're preparing something bigger, and they're like, stretch it out, just stretch it out, stretch it way out. I don't know. I don't know.
Like the return to Zod, like they've been like hyping this for months, and this is what they got.
This is not the way to do it. It shouldn't be silly when Zod returns. It should be fucking scary.
Yes.
Speaking of scary, I read Absolute Green Arrow #4 from DC. It's written by Pornsack Piccichot with art by the amazing Raphael Albuquerque, who I like to call Albuquerque because it's spelled like that. Anyway, I don't think we have talked about Absolute Green Arrow on the show at all because we
talked about #1 and then that was it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. That was it. This book is excellent. It is terrifying, and the art is kick ass. It is so much more. Like when we first saw those images of Absolute Green Arrow with like the swords and stuff, we were all like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Like it was going to be like a slasher movie or something. And is that present? Absolutely. Is it an important part of the story? Totally. Is there way more to this story going on? Yes. And it's gross. You guys, this book rules. I'm giving it a buy it.
Really, the main character is Dinah Lance.
For sure. And I'll take this a step further. Like the people that have criticized Absolute Batman because like, it doesn't feel like Batman. I agree. It doesn't feel like Batman. You know who I love? Green Arrow. Does this feel like a Green Arrow book? No. Not at all. Do I care?
But you know what Absolute Batman does feel like? Absolute Batman.
Right. This feels like Absolute Green Arrow. It's kick ass. Yeah. Pick this book up. It's a buy it.
Totally. 100% agree. That is it for new comic reviews, but now it's your turn. Head to our Discord, join in the new comic talk, and then head to our gang hang this weekend, Saturday, 11 a.m. Central Time, where we will be talking about comic-related movies, TV, and, you guessed it, even more comic books.
It's like we can't think about anything else. It's weird.
It's almost like we built our whole identity around it.
All right, kids, set up the THN Sanctum Sanctorum to make our must-read comic picks for next Wednesday, August 26th. Joe, these nerds are buying only one comic book next week. What's it gotta be?
For me, my pick is Batman Bad Seeds Sunset #1 from DC. It's written by Matt Fraction and G. Willow Wilson, art by Giuseppe Camuncoli. It's basically the long-teased tipping point, if you will, of the bad guys in charge of Gotham City subplot.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy's the mayor.
You can only do
Vandal
it for so
Savage is
long.
the commissioner. You know that shit cannot stand.
Yeah, like Poison Ivy's not getting a second term, you guys.
Yeah.
No, it's not happening.
And so essentially it's Poison Ivy saying enough is enough and turning Gotham City into our own personal playground. If you read this week's DC Comics, you will see a preview of this issue in the back. And what she does to transform Gotham is pretty fucking awesome.
Man, I love this shit. And I have been loving G. Willow Wilson's Poison Ivy, and I've been loving Vandal Savage running the GCPD, which is insane. But
yes,
Batman
but
is in such
I
a
do
great
think
place.
it's time for it to kind of come to a head.
Yeah.
And that's why I am excited. I am hoping that this might be where we finally start seeing the heroes battle back. Plus, you can't go wrong with Fraction, Wilson, and Cam and Coley.
This
you
team,
can't.
They're firing on all cylinders. My pick for next week, Hammer Fist, #1 from Image Comics, Giant Generator, which is Rick Remender's company. He's writing this sucker. The art and cover are by Steve Epting. This is the story of Mike Denton. He's a described dirtbag hitman junkie and absentee father who spent his life chasing the easy fix, drugs, cheap sex, and murder for money. He is a bad guy, and nobody writes bad guys turned accidental heroes better than Rick Remender. I love when he gets a hold of these characters. This comic looks mean as hell. They're describing it as Reservoir Dogs meets Evil Dead. So it's also going to be crazy violent and supernatural. It's satanic as hell. This looks so good. Plus, Steve Epting. If you don't know him, then
Steve Epting.
You have not been reading good comics. You should go check out his Captain America run. It's absolutely incredible. The guy co-created Bucky. He's a very important comic book artist, and he rules. Pick this up. You're not going to regret it.
And be sure to let us know what you are picking up over at our Discord.
Excelsior!
For the return of THN and episode 812. If you dig our new comic show, guess what? It's coming out every week now, and it's also available on our YouTube channel where I put up pictures for you to look at and stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, star, and review wherever you get podcasts, or, ring the bell on all the dumb shit that you do on the YouTubes, right?
Influencer Gen Z shit, they say.
I love that, everybody's embarrassed to say it now. They're like, do the thing.
Right. But yeah, it does help, guys.
Call to action, right?
Right,
You gotta do
exactly.
it.
As Matt said, even though it is explicitly written here in my section, our new comic show is now weekly, so we'll be back next Thursday with a fresh batch of reviews for books hitting shelves on August 26th.
THN is a listener-supported podcast. We ain't got no ads, and that's not changing, and it wouldn't be possible without the generosity of our patrons. You may be asking yourself, hey, what about the back issue show? Are you guys still doing that? We are. It's going to be monthly. And if you're a patron, you get early access. You'll be able to find our back issue show on our YouTube after that. It's where it's going to live. You're going to love it. When you support this show, you also get access to our THN Extras. That's where Joe and I typically dive down all kinds of nerdy rabbit holes, usually expounding about something that we talked about on the show that week, or maybe something that's happening in a movie or a TV show. The extras are going to return real soon here. We're just trying to get our feet under us and get podcasting weekly. It's a new schedule.
Get some momentum, if you will.
Stick with us, but please become a patron now over at patreon.com/2headednerd.
Before we go, our weekly shout out could not go to anyone other than you, our loyal listeners, who have been supporting us and begging for us to come back and telling us not to pause the Patreon while we stop
That's
making
insane,
content.
you jerks.
Which is like the most generous thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's insane.
John Taverdick the other day asked me to just give him a number that will allow the new comic show to come back. And I'm like,
$40,000 should do it. That'll get me out of some like real,
Look,
quick trouble. There, I could use a lot more.
yeah, right. It's not a solution. It's a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
But look, guys, it's been a hot minute. We obviously had some shit go down and we had to take a lengthy break. We appreciate your support. We are back. And we couldn't do any of this without you, so thank you.
Yeah, thanks to everybody that stuck around. But until next time, true believers, remember to pre-order your comics or your retailer might just tell everybody about the bugs crawling around your underwear. This is the Two-Headed Nerd signing off.
But how does he know?
You know how he knows. He put them there, Jill. You should have never slept with your retailer, okay?
Oh,
That's
no.
right. Remember, kid, every day is VD day.